In Persian culture, we have a kind of so called fight between love and wisdom. Sometimes you love a person, but when you put your emotions away and try to think about the person with wisdom, reasoning, and logic, you may say, oh, that is not going to be a nice person. And then you will face a kind of big conflict inside your soul and mind. There's a line from an ancient Persian poet that kept me awake for weeks. Not because it was beautiful, but because once you understand it, you can see life the same way again. It's about a secret, about how the smartest people can still be completely lost. And I'm going to show you exactly what he meant. The poet's name is Hafez Shirazi. And here is what he wrote: the wise are the compass point of being, men say, but love knows within this circle they wander astray. I read it 10 times before it clicked, and when I finally got it, everything made sense. Why knowledge alone never seems to be enough. Why the most brilliant minds sometimes live the loneliest lives. This isn't just poetry, this is a map. And today we're going to follow it together. Let me ask you something simple. Have you ever drawn a circle with compass? You know that metal tool with the sharp points and the pencil attached. What is the most important part of the compass? The point. That sharp metal tip you press down into the paper, it stays fixed, it doesn't move, everything depends on this point. It's staying exactly where it is because without it, you can't draw anything. You just get a messy line going nowhere. Hafez says that point is wisdom. And he is right. Think about your own life. Wisdom is your foundation, your understanding, your ability to see things clearly. Without this fixed point, without this stable center, what do you have? Chaos, right? You make the same mistakes over and over. You build things that fall apart. You start projects you never finish. You're just wandering, a scribble with no shape. So, wisdom is essential. It's a starting point of everything, the center of your existence. This makes sense to everyone. Get educated, learn from your mistakes, build a solid foundation, be wise. We all know this. But here is where it gets interesting. The second part of the line says something strange. But love knows within this circle they wander astray. Wait, the wise person has the foundation. They have the fixed point. They're stable, they're clear, they have knowledge. So, how can they be lost? This seems like a contradiction, but it is not. It's the key to everything. The point is wisdom, and this is your wisdom. So, if I just move this compass to another place and if I change the size, then I have another circle, maybe a bigger one. That is completely another circle. But what is the circle? But what is the line being drawn around the point? That line is love, but not just any love, but true love, deep love, and divine love. The kind of love that gives your life meaning. Here is what the poet is really saying: wisdom is the center. You need it, you must have it. Without wisdom, there is nothing, just chaos. But wisdom alone is not the goal. The goal is what wisdom allows you to create. That circle. That beautiful line of love. The wise person who stays only at the point, who never draws the circle, is wandering inside their own knowledge, lost in their own mind. They have the foundation, but they've built nothing on it. They have the point, but they never drew the line. So let me be clear about something. This is not wisdom versus love. This is not one or the other. This is not which one is better. They need each other. Wisdom without love is empty. It's brilliant mind with nowhere to go. It's knowledge with no purpose. It's like having the most perfect compass point but never actually drawing anything. And love without wisdom, that is not really love at all. That is just emotions, chaos, neediness, obsession. It's trying to draw a circle without a fixed point. It just becomes a mess. Here is the real secret. Only wise people can truly fall in love. Very beautiful. I'm going to say it again. Only wise people can truly fall in love. Not everyone who says they are in love is actually in love. Most people are just lost in their emotions, their fears, their needs. So, real love requires wisdom first. You need to know yourself before you can truly love someone else. You need to understand life before you can share it with another person. You need that stable center, this fixed point before you can reach out and connect. This is why the whys are the compass point of being. Everything starts there. Without wisdom, you have nothing to build on. But once you have that wisdom, once you have that strong foundation, then something beautiful becomes possible. Then you can fall in love, real love. The kind of love that isn't selfish, the kind that isn't unstable, the kind that doesn't hurt people. This is divine love and only comes from wisdom. So, why does the poem say the wise wander astray inside the circle? Because some people stop at wisdom. They build the foundation and then just sit on it. They become the point and forget about the circle. They know so much, they understand so much, but they never actually live. They never connect, they never love. Think about the person who knows everything about music but never plays an instrument. The person who understands nutrition perfectly but never enjoys a meal. The doctor who can diagnose the disease but has no compassion for the patient. The successful person who has money and power but no real relationship. They have wisdom, but they stopped there. They're wandering inside their own perfect knowledge, completely lost, even though they look like they have everything figured out. The journey goes like this. First, you build wisdom, you learn, you grow, you understand yourself, you understand the world, you become stable, clear. This is hard work. This takes time. This is you creating that fixed point. But you don't stop there. That is not the end. It's just the beginning. Because once you have that foundation, you can do something incredible. You can love. Not the chaotic, desperate kind of love. Not the selfish, needy kind, but the kind of love that comes from place of strength, of clarity, of understanding. This is the circle you draw with your wisdom. And this is what makes life beautiful. And listen, this is not just about romantic love. This is about everything meaningful in life. An artist needs wisdom first. They need to learn their craft, understand color, form, technique. That is their foundation. But what makes great art? The love they pour into it, the passion, the emotion. Without wisdom, it's just a mess. Without love, it's just technical skills with no soul. A teacher needs wisdom. They need to understand the subject. But what makes a great teacher? Love for their students, care for their growth, passion for learning. A leader needs wisdom to make good decisions. But what inspires people to follow? Love for the people, love for something bigger than themselves. Wisdom and love, they're not fighting each other, they're completing each other. So, look at your own life. Where are you on this journey? Are you building your wisdom? Are you learning, growing, understanding yourself? That is essential. That is the foundation. Without it, everything else falls apart. But are you also drawing your circle? Are you loving, connecting, creating? Are you living? Or are you stuck at the center, wondering in your own mind? The goal is both. Wisdom first, then love. Not one without the other, both together. Wisdom is the compass point of being. That is true. Everything starts there. But the purpose of the point isn't just to exist, it's to enable the circle of love and meaning and connection and life itself. The wise person who never loves is wandering astray, but the wise person who uses their wisdom to love, who draws the beautiful circle, they've understood the secret. They have found the path. This is what Hafez was trying to tell us. Be wise. Build your foundation. Make yourself strong and clear, stable. That is step one. But you don't stop there. Don't wander inside your own circle. Use that wisdom. Let it be the foundation for something greater. Let it be the point from which you draw the most beautiful circle of your life, the circle of true love, divine love. That is the journey. That is the map. Wisdom and love are not fighting, not separate, but together, one leading to the other. That is how life works. That is the circle of existence.